Hey, what's going on? In this video, I'm going to share with you some memories I have of the other side before I incarnated into this earthly realm. If you're new to my channel, in 2014, I met Archangel Michael seconds before I was about to take my life, and ever since then, I've had all kinds of visitations, from archangels to multiple visitations from Yeshua. I've had out-of-body experiences where I was shown things by the angels. I remember what it's like to be on the other side. In this video, I'm going to share with you a memory that came back to me after I had a visitation from Yeshua, where I was basically consumed with unconditional love and all this fog and confusion was lifted from me. I started having memories of my soul before I incarnated here. And so if you identify as a wanderer or a star seed, you may have experienced a similar journey to the one I'm about to share with you. Now, I personally am not from around here. I've never resonated with the energy on planet Earth. In fact, I've asked the higher ups in the spirit realm why they don't just turn off this reality, but they have different views. I tried to shut this matrix down, and I think Brahma came to me, some being that was 5 times the size of this planet, and told me no, everything's good. So I come from a long ways away. I'm not from around here. And I remember traveling through time and space as a consciousness. It was all black with stars in the background all around me. And I remember just floating through time and space. And one thing that I find interesting that I never really knew before was that there's so many different realities that we can incarnate into. These realities has what we would call a salesman, or 2 or 3 or 4 or 5 salesmen that greet you as you're a soul wandering through time and space, and they tell you about the history of the reality, they tell you about the future of the reality, and they tell you about what you need to know and what needs to be accomplished. I've stuck my head in all kinds of crazy realities. I remember this one where it was basically like a honeycomb I stuck my head in, and I seen the beings that were primarily there had a triangle gold head and like a noodle body, and they moved all fluidly like this. And I just got the sense that this was a super high vibrating being, but it was just so different than anything I'd ever seen. And I didn't incarnate into that reality, but I continued on, and I remember coming up to planet Earth as a soul, and I was greeted by 2 beings. And these beings told me, what I would be getting into here on planet Earth. And although I wasn't shown their true form in the memory that came back to me, it was kind of blurred out. I was more shown 2 clear objects. And the reason for that was because any ill will that I had towards them would be less effective, because if you know the exact shape that a person or being looks like, it's more effective, right? And since I was basically lied and deceived by this one being, I remember him saying, don't worry, it's going to be okay. You just go open up your heart, be love, and you go down there, everything will be fine. You got your guides, you got your angels, all this, right? And I can honestly say, what that being told me compared to what I've experienced down here on Earth is completely 2 different things. And since I feel like I was lied to and deceived, I felt it was, okay for me to astral project and basically decapitate that one being. And I've also called up some higher ups to make sure that any of these salesmen for realities are not full of shit. Anyways, I just found it interesting that if you are a starseed or a wanderer, you probably floated through time and space for a long time. You stuck your head in all kinds of different realities. Somehow you ended up here. That's all I got. Just wanted to share that with you guys. Have a great one.